I sing them an emoji for their birthday, and they get
Nice.
Yeah, we coming to you live. This is the
239
last
Uncensored.
episode of the year. So listen up, everyone. It won't get any better. Because we can do it in any weather. Sun, sleet, snow. All I'm saying, let's go.
Episode
Love it,
number
fellas.
30. Had to do a big episode. Can't get any bigger than this. Episode 30, Politicking, Jira, Larry Love from 239 Uncensored. Sponsored by Becker Custom Builders, Ocean Glass Skin, Aldous Diner, Lee Corp Homes, DTA Naples, Patrick Dearborn, Salons Energy, Dina Del Rocha Insurance, keyword insurance,
Insurance.
and of course, the Lauren Maxwell Mortgage Team.
Man, speaking of Lauren Maxwell,
Speaking of,
man, what it was like at her party Saturday.
it was pretty nice.
Man,
Pretty nice.
I heard about this. I couldn't make it, Lauren.
Apparently, Pat couldn't either till
Hey.
about 10 o'clock. But
Do you know how you get invited to that party, Joe?
How's that?
you gotta be
Minimum
special.
6 loans a year.
Okay. Oh,
When I do business
nice.
with, and so those are the realtors that make it, or in title companies and CPAs, I
Yeah.
get referrals. But
Nice.
that's
I
the
like
deal.
it.
So
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah, I like it.
I've actually had a bunch of calls from your team recently. A couple of the women.
From Cindy.
Is that Cindy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, I think we're closing one very soon.
I know. She said to me, she said, what about a broker? I said, Maxwell.
Well, I'm not a broker. I'm a
well,
mortgage banker.
And
do you know what
yes.
happened? Whoever she referred it to, and I know who they are, and I actually happen to like them, but I mean, they were about $4,000 more in fees than I was.
Wow. Nice.
And that's how he found me, because it was his friend. So anyway,
I'm
I
just
like
making
it.
Love
sure
it.
all the people know that we're live so we can take comments.
And so I look forward to seeing you at the party next year.
60.
Well,
oh,
just don't
60,
plan it
yeah.
around
We
Live
got
Fest,
that, we got that.
apparently.
what was your highlight, Lair?
Do you remember any of it?
Yeah. Just pulling up in Gray Oaks, baby. Just pulling up in
That's
Gray
how
Oaks.
you roll, huh? Gray
and,
Oaks, huh?
And saying, I'm here for the Maxwell party.
Right in.
And they're like, come on in.
Yeah, the security was a little lax that night. They just they didn't check IDs that night. They
I
just
told them.
Yeah.
I have 180 people coming.
don't make yeah.
Whoever asks for Lauren Maxwell, you
Maxwell,
let them right
send
in.
them
They
in.
give you a Willy Wonka bar with the, with the
Hey.
golden ticket, right?
And I know, man, it wasn't nothing like them French 75s. Because, man, listen, Joe. Man, I was so clean, man. I was cleaner than the Board of Health, sharper than a mosquito. You understand me, man?
Byron taught you well how to dress.
Wow. Man, listen, what's my last name? I'm a Wilcoxon through and through, man. My father, my grandmother, they dress. They Southern Belles, man. You know, you're from the South. Old players, man. They dress good,
Yeah.
man. So, you know, I'm just a chip off the old block.
Okay.
Southern playalistic.
What you know
Outcast.
about that?
Yeah.
We have a little rap battle today.
he
I'm
don't
sorry,
know.
Lauren. There's going
He
to be a
don't
lot of
know
hip
about
hop
that.
today on
Pat
today's
don't
show.
know about that, Larry.
Pat does not know.
I don't know nothing about that either. So I'm just going to sit back with Lauren and we're going
All
to
of a
chill.
sudden, Pat doesn't want to throw some money down when it comes to a bet because you said I don't know. I got a text here that said you know more about hip hop than Joe Pavich. I got the receipt.
Pat.
Hey guys, glad to be on the show. Hey,
You need a.
this is a couple of things
You
before
want
we
to
get
work on
started.
politics?
Can I bring up a couple of things before we get started?
Sure,
Number
it's your
one,
show, Pat.
I need to get a booster seat for Lauren Maxwell because this baby seat's not working. Number two, she like seems so tiny next to me and Larry. Number two, man, I need to get the number for the cosmetic place or the what do you call it, the day spa place that Joe Pavich goes to because that facial he gets is on point.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat.
Dude looks so young. Looks like he looks as young as like 57 years old. Man, he looks
Yeah.
good.
I think Joe's younger than you.
How old are you, Pat?
August 29, 68, 56.
Really?
What do you got?
Okay. 75, April.
Who's got better
Yo,
hair,
you
Joe
way
Pavich
young.
or
Pat,
Patrick
today,
Dearborn?
man.
I
you
got
are
you
the
by
winner,
7
but-
years.
Your hair is
That's actually
beautiful
good.
today, by the way. I just want to tell you, man. You look like Richard Gere and
Oh, he does look like Richard.
Dude, for real.
That's
You-
spot
I mean,
on. Oh, that's
no,
spot on.
when it
Actually,
comes to
hold
hair
on.
today, man, you got the
Thanks for
trophy
dressing
today,
up
buddy.
for the show,
You
too.
let that thing grow for a month.
We're talking about age. I knew Joe. I actually knew his parents, and I knew him when he was probably in 6th or 7th
Yeah,
grade when I was
that's
dating
true.
his uncle's best friend.
Yeah,
What?
Dating
I
his
used to go to his
uncle's
parents'
best
house
friend.
for
Yeah.
dinner. Mhm.
Wow.
that's right.
So yeah, when
Long
he said
time.
it was born in
So she
75,
family,
it's
So
really
huh?
scary.
so you guys used to run into each other like at Zanzibar or something.
Yes,
yeah,
that we
sure.
used to go
Oh,
to
yeah.
Zanzibar,
Yeah.
but I didn't run into him. I was so much older, but his uncle is still a good friend
Yeah.
of mine, and I still speak to his uncle's good friend
That's
from
right.
Chicago. They were all Chicago guys.
Chi-town.
Chi-Town
Listen,
warrior.
That's where I really picked up my dressing. When I was in that Midwest, Man, them boys out of Chicago fly clean. That Midwest, Chicago, Detroit, Kansas City, St. Louis. Yeah, they
Gators.
Yeah.
Detroit
They can
players.
dress.
So fresh and so clean,
Yeah,
clean.
yeah.
You know, that's how it goes.
So yeah. But yeah, man, it's like I'm just glad to have everybody on the show. You know?
Episode
Happy
30.
holidays, everybody.
It's the mecca of shows that we have. Last episode for the year till we'll move in the new studio early next year, 239 Uncensored. And
How did Lauren find time to be on the show with us?
That's a big deal. By the
It
way,
is a
I
big
heard
deal.
somebody here say Happy Holidays. You know what? F that. We say Merry Christmas around here. Let's go.
Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Next question.
Pat,
Oh, and Happy Hanukkah. And
I
Happy
love
Hanukkah.
that. I love that.
And Happy Hanukkah for all my Jewish brothers.
But
and
yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna say
What about-
I'm not disrespectful to my
Yeah,
Jewish friends.
What about Kwanzaa?
It's the same.
And Kwanzaa,
Just so
yeah.
you know, Hanukkah's after Christmas this year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it's 8 Crazy Nights.
Crazy nights.
It
Yeah.
could be.
Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk. So we got the two premier real estate guys in the business, and no doubt the top.
She could be the judge.
That's
Yeah.
where I'm going with that.
Okay.
Larry. So, you know,
Oh, this him gonna get off the chain.
see how Pat might be running for office because you see how he totally dodged that question I asked.
I
that
know.
he- that
We're
he
gonna
was
leave
putting
that right
him
there.
out.
We're gonna leave it right
Yeah.
there. We're
Well,
gonna leave it right.
yeah, we'll come back to it. But talk about, you've been doing real estate for about 30,
Yeah, 25.
25 years. I know you got 1.9 billion on your resume
That's with a B.
with a B.
Awesome.
1.9
Thanks,
billion.
Thank you.
I think
Thank you.
Pat's about to reach 10 million for his career. So that's a big shout out to Pat, the Pat Dearborn team,
Yeah, but
doing big numbers.
Yeah, but see,
Wow.
Patrick's at 10 milli for the week. That's,
Oh,
that's, the,
oh,
difference. That's the
okay.
difference. Pat's at 10 for the week.
Yeah.
Big number, man.
How many times have you guys gone head to head on a listing that you know of?
Before I even address that, man,
Just avoid all my questions.
next
Pat,
time,
that's
can we
fine.
get enough? Can y'all step your game up enough to have enough
We
microphones
will
for all the guests in the show?
Number one,
Well,
it was
I'll
set up a
run a
little
check.
different.
I'll write a check right now
Pat
for an extra
invited
Yeah, I'm
microphone.
about to say once you write that next
I'll write a check
endorsement
right now for
that
another
sponsorship
microphone.
check,
Maybe if you sell some houses, we can get some more
Yeah.
sponsorship money, and we
You
can get an
know,
extra mic.
Because Lauren Maxwell don't play around with no half-ass stuff,
no,
man.
I
That
know
is true,
that.
too,
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
you're not wrong about that.
Wow.
Again, you
Go
see how
ahead,
he
Pat.
just glanced over that question?
But all joking aside,
Who's
all
Go
joking
ahead.
aside, it's the week before Christmas. Everybody is slammed beyond belief. I know she's slammed. I know Larry's slammed. I know Joe. I know Pat. I know everybody is
Larry's
slammed. It's such high stress. We talked about it today at our men's Bible study group. I think Satan actually loves Christmas time because the holidays, because everybody gets stressed out. We have mutual friends at this table right now going through relationship issues. Suicides are always super high. So all joking aside, man, this is a very tough time for a lot of people. And I'm just thankful and blessed to be in a room with a bunch of positive people. Who you hang around is who you are.
Mhm.
That's it.
You are who
period.
your friends are.
You are. I wanted to get back to that comment. So it's the first time Joe and I have ever been on a podcast together with
History.
this is
Juggernaut.
history.
And,
Sitting next
and in
to
all
Lauren
honesty,
Maxwell,
when I
it
think
is.
of real estate, the two people I think of are Pat and Joe Pavich.
So
Thank
Wow.
you.
if we compare this
Honestly.
to sports,
Mhm.
it'd be like Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady,
Absolutely.
Michael Jordan
Versus Kobe.
versus Bird, or Magic versus Bird.
You can't go Jordan versus Bird or Jordan versus Magic. The
Magic
close-
versus Bird.
Yeah.
Who's Larry Bird and who's Magic in
He's
this instance?
he's definitely the
They
white.
both got a lot of chips.
Time out. He's
No,
the white.
Joe's more hood than Pat.
Joe Pavich, the whitest dude in the room. So
no,
he's definitely Larry Bird.
no.
He had the short shorts back when Lauren first met him at 8 years old. He loved the shorty shorts. He had the high
John
white socks
Stockton,
with 3
the
red
Umbros.
stripes. He was John Stockton.
The Umbros with the big slit. in
He's
the
John
side.
Stockton for sure. And I'm not. That's not. The guy's a Hall of Famer. I'm definitely more Kobe. I'm more Black Mamba for sure.
You're more hood, is what you're saying.
No, I'm just watch Kobe's game and how he acted, how he treated people, and how he did things. But his game is just as strong. It may be arguably stronger. Larry Bird's game may be stronger, but I'm definitely more Magic, and Kobe. Yes, Lauren Maxwell chime in here.
Joe's got the longevity, I think, over Pat a little bit, right?
You got a
Joe's
new you got a new sponsor today too. Baby Gap is sponsoring because Lauren Maxwell's here because she shops at Baby Gap. Lauren, take it away.
You're more Kobe. You're in people's faces. You don't care what they think.
Oh, that's a
Wow.
good way to
It's not
put
a
it.
bad thing.
Yeah.
So Pat, me and Pat don't really. I mean, we may compete against each other, but we don't know that we do. You never know who the sellers are going to interview, right? But it's a good choice too. The thing is you want to be happy. Like if he got a listing and I didn't get it, I would call you in 2 seconds and say, "Hey, man, good job. I would do that. And you would do the same to me. I'd be happy for you.
No,
and if
honestly,
they were priced, and if they were going to want a massive price, way over the market, I'd be really happy for you because you take one off my plate, that I didn't have to deal with for a little bit.
So I'm going to share a little story about Pat.
Okay.
Him and his partner, Kara, just went to Georgia and they stayed there for that I'm going to sell up there. And I actually had them interview all of the agents that I was interviewing up there to list my house, And every agent called me back and they loved it. They loved working with another professional, having them ask questions. And it was great because it was really easy for me to make the decision.
Sure.
And then I didn't have to hurt other people's feelings. I could blame it on them.
I like that.
But I love that. It was really terrific.
Did
So
Pat
thank
interview
you,
him from the hot tub? Because that's all I saw, doing cold plunges up there in 30-degree weather.
This house did not have a hot tub, so the answer would be a hard no. But two of the realtors actually flew down, and they were at my party on Saturday night. They were there.
I'm like, who is that lady saying hi to?
Yeah, I took them to the beach the next day. We had a great time.
Oh, those are the people at my table?
Yes.
Okay.
They were at your table. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
So,
and we call that table the little kids' table. Go ahead, Larry.
There were some issues at that table too. We won't talk about it, but Larry had to check someone apparently. All right, we'll glance over that. But talk about being in real estate, especially in Southwest Florida, how it's evolved from when you first got in, and then obviously the crash in 2008 and COVID. And now, how many realtors are there? 9,000?
There's 9,000. And I gave my
9,000
shout out.
or 14,000?
Well, 14. I'm talking about in Collier County.
Oh, okay.
So one more thing. So I gave my shout out to Pat, but I actually gave Joe a deal before as well. In Lee County, I had cousins who had a condo not by the beach, but it was west of 41, and they could not sell their condo. And I gave the listing to Joe.
And Joe sold it.
And he sold it.
Got it sold.
So I've actually
basically
given business to both of them. Pat just sold a house for me in Naples.
I was going to say, so you give the Naples business to Pat, but the Lee County.
I actually give it to a lot of
Joe.
realtors,
No,
not
I know,
just
I
Pat.
know,
So
I know.
there are other people on it, but I do. I spread the love.
Yeah, that's great. That's what it's all about.
But yes, I definitely. He sold a cousin's house. He sold a house for me on my daughter's street, and I've given it to other people as well. But it's always good about giving back.
I have a question for you, Ms. Maxwell.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you. You saw a cat on a fish truck. You see a cat, right? And it's on a fish truck.
I don't know where we're going with this, but
and
it's gonna be
you got to have someone to talk that cat
going on
off
fish truck.
the fish truck. Do you go with JP or do you go with PD?
Deep.
I was going to say I go with DK.
Deep.
Dan Kowal.
Nice.
He would just throw the cat right off the truck.
Wow.
Cold be like,
I like
shoot it.
that,
Just
Larry.
come on, cat.
Shoot it.
Hey,
I like Larry. He was just testing the temperature on the road.
I don't-
to see
I
where
like
it's at.
Larry too, but there's
I
a
don't
word.
think anyone understood that.
But where
question.
I come from is puff puff give, man. You're messing up the rotation. Pass that shit
That's
down.
right.
Let me hit that real quick
That's right.
before I answer that question.
I can't answer that
Friday,
question.
by the way.
Next
Right.
question. So go
Next question, then.
Next question. So talk about the real estate and how you guys seen it evolve, and it's very refreshing because honestly, they're not just saying that because they're on the podcast. You guys support each other, talk highly of each other, and be in the same business. It's very refreshing to see that there's no ego or because there really is
Much love. Much love, Pat. I can't get over Pat's hair today. He's beautiful.
Man,
He
Man,
let
these
that
guys
hair
are
grow
having a love
he let that hair
contest.
grow a long time before he came on the show. That's 2 months right there. You knew this show was
You
coming.
know what? This is just crazy.
Did you get a
'cause
facial before today? Is that true?
No.
Yeah, you got the facial to come on the show.
Not saying.
He's a
Man,
pretty.
they wa- hey, they
He's a
always-
pretty man. He's a pretty man.
Ooh,
He
I'm
puts.
so
He
pretty.
puts. He
Who's a
puts
prettier man, Lauren?
Let's go back to COVID. I think it's important that people talk about this
Yeah.
because we've had the market crash, we had COVID, we thought things were going to go one way or the other. Let's be serious for a little bit. We'll get funny at the end, but let's be serious. Tell them about the experience for you during COVID.
During COVID, it was insane. So, when the world kind of shut down, I'm sure Pat was in the same boat. I was pacing around the house. You're going, oh man, here it is. Like, here's the moment we all been waiting for, where the market just kind of shuts down. So during that time, you couldn't really show properties. You had to FaceTime, which I was used to. I'd sold homes on FaceTime many, many years. I was kind of a pro at FaceTime, actually, by the time that market came. But when it all kind of shut down, I mean, there was nobody looking. And all of a sudden, I was spending more time with the kids, drawing, doing things like that. Real estate was like, when the phone rang, I was like, oh, hey, what you doing? You know what I mean? And we started picking up a little bit, a couple deals here, a couple deals there. And then all of a sudden, everybody started moving to Florida to get out of the Midwest and up north. They can work from home. They can work remotely. All of a sudden, everybody starts buying in Florida. Property values start really skyrocketing really quickly. Every listing I had sold. Pat,
Well,
same as
people-
yours. Did you sell everything you had?
We did, man. We did.
People were buying
Oh.
pictures. They weren't even.
Wow.
I mean, we actually were trying to buy a house right during the
Yeah.
COVID, and we were getting outbid. Crazy money,
Yeah.
cash buyers, people just buying pictures.
And if you had a cash buy, I mean, everything was kind of cash. You write them as cash, but not everybody was paying cash. You were going to take a risk. You were going to write no contingency financing deal and pray to God you can get financing. That was a big deal during that time. But the appraisers were going crazy. We were going crazy. I don't know if I like that market too much after COVID. That's the market
I didn't
don't
like
want.
it.
Yeah.
Nah, because I mean, like I think I speak for Joe too. I mean, Joe and I are people. We like the challenge. Anybody could give something away. Anybody can work at Burger King and say, "Hey, can I supersize that for free?" If you want somebody to come say, "Can I supersize that for free?" I'm not the guy for you. I definitely know Joe Pavich ain't the guy for you, or his team or my team. And there's a lot of us that are like that. Lauren Maxwell brought up a great point. COVID was a challenge, and it blew the market up.
Mhm.
But I
think
was
Ron
nervous.
DeSantis got Realtor of the Year that year,
He
right?
did get Realtor of the Year. Yeah. And then I think U-Haul or one of those moving companies
Yeah.
gave it to Gavin
couldn't
Newsom,
even
got the
keep-
Employee of the Year, or the New York governor got Employee of the Year
They couldn't even have enough U-Hauls for people
to move
getting-
everybody out.
yeah,
New York and California.
Yeah. Mhm.
Here's the bottom line. We're all here. We're all patriots. We were on the right side. We're just blessed that we lived here. We're blessed that we had Ron DeSantis, who barely won that election over
Gillum.
Andrew Gillum.
That was a very close election.
Yep.
He won that because of Trump doing the rally at
did.
Hertz Arena.
He did. But we're looking around this table. I mean, we all had pretty good lives during COVID. And I know people died because of COVID, and people are still getting COVID and still probably dying of COVID. But so we're blessed. And anybody out there that lost somebody during COVID, I'm so sorry. My heart goes out to you. But we had to continue living our lives. And we had a saying, I know Pat said it. I know Joe lives by it. I know Lauren lives by it. I know Larry Love lives by it, which is we live our life faith over fear. And that's just what we had to do during that time. But Joe's right. I didn't like it.
That's when you got involved in politics, pretty much, right?
Um,
around COVID.
Yeah, I just got frustrated locally
that-
first.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
frustrated.
I think that's the first
People
time I
trying to
kinda-
shut down our beaches, shut down our stuff. Lee and Cuyahoga County led the way. Even in the state of Florida, Lee and Cuyahoga County led the way. But we had our moments of being stuck at home, which was great with the kids.
Do you remember where I met you for the first time?
The massage,
Like officially?
the massage parlor.
That was the PG story.
Chun,
You don't remember?
Chun Li massage parlor.
I know nothing about that, people.
What's wrong with a good massage parlor? I actually used to go to massage parlors, not for happy endings, but I used to go to massage parlor because they would walk on your back.
No one
it's
said
it's
happy
it's
ending.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
they would walk on your back, and I love them little Asian girls walking on my back. And
Yeah, was
cracking
that the
my
one
back.
that Robert Kraft went to?
No, it was different.
No, that was a different one. Okay.
I went to the one all the 49ers went to.
Well, they need
They
one
went to the
this year.
same
They're-
one.
They're going to a bad one.
They went to the same one.
Byron's election night party 2020 at where was that place in Bonita that he had?
I can't remember the name of that joint.
I don't think it's even around anymore.
No, it's closed.
Um,
One of the greatest lines ever spoken in politics history. Byron Donalds walking down the staircase with Larry Love, his right-hand man for many, many, his ride or die. Patrick Jira is there. I'm there. And Byron walks down the staircase slow. And it was he was so nervous that night. Larry was nervous. And I'm like smiling and like joking around. I just knew in my heart, God had told me Byron was going to win. And we know with all the foul play that went on with that text message and all that stuff, he won by 700 and some votes. But Byron's walking down the staircase with Larry right next to him. He comes to the microphone. One of the greatest words ever spoken. He goes, "It's about damn time." And I just remember that because Byron went through some trials and tribulations, and politics will eat your ass up. And I've seen it from the outside in. It's no joke. Lauren's seen it firsthand with Dan. People attacking their family, attacking her, attacking Dan. It's not just in politics, they don't just attack you. They attack your dearest friends. Larry knows this. They attack your family. They attack your kids. I mean, look what Trump's gone through and endured. But Adversity causes some people to break and others to break records. And look what Dan Kowal's doing. Look what Byron Donalds has done for our country, for Southwest Florida. Look what even like a Carmine Marcino, I don't care what dirt they say they got on him. I would stand next to Carmine Marcino till the wheels came off. I love that guy. I think he's done a great job for Lee County. And I'll stand by Alfie Oates till the day I die. It's just, I'm loyal like that. And whether you agree with all the people or not, you have to give them credit for Byron standing up, Dan Kowal standing up and getting attacked. I'd love to hear from Lauren about, as we talk about politics, man, how tough that was. I'm sorry, this is your podcast show. Sorry.
Go ahead. So I don't
I'm
know
sorry,
if Lauren
take
wants
over
to talk
again.
politics, but with Dan, you can.
No, not
obviously-
politics, but
Yeah, right.
how that was experiencing being the spouse of a politician that was a very ugly, nasty election cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And before you speak on your husband, like, I had a chance to meet Kowal when he ran against us for Congress. And it was a 9-way primary. Of all the people, man, and that was my first time meeting that. We have never met someone like Dan Kowal. This man is so unselfish. He was new and everything. And, you know, we often talk about people and the way they conduct themselves. Our camp was like, if we just happen to get out this race for any reason whatsoever, out of everybody that we would endorse or support, it was Dan Kowal. It was Dan Kowal. Yeah. And even to this day, this man have not changed. He is who he is, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what's in front of him, what's behind him. If he like you, he like you. He support you. And if you don't, he'll let you know to your face, like, man, but he's just an amazing man.
He's a good man.
And those are the type of people that we really need in politics.
He's a stand-up guy.
Stand up.
Yeah, he really
Stand
is.
up.
Always answers his phone. I try not to bug him, but every time
I see why
call Dan,
Lauren married him. I understand why Lauren married him.
Plus, he's a good-looking man, too. That helps.
I mean, you see the way he had that suit on?
Oh
man. It was tailor cut.
GQ.
And he had that tie to match her dress. Oh!
He is GQ.
Yeah, he was killing it.
Dan Kowal might be the best dressed male outside of Larry Love in Collier County.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be on the cover of GQ. He should be on the cover of Naples City Lifestyle Mag. Shout out to Greg Dodge.
So fill us in on your husband, like, and what it was like being attacked for no reason.
Well, first of all, my husband is an amazing man. And the way you're describing him, he's just like that as a father and as a husband and as a son and as a friend. I think Pat will attest to that. So he doesn't have too many friends that he keeps close. You know, he's very weary because of all of his years down in the Army and then in the Secret Service. But when we're close with people, he's extremely close. But he's an amazing guy. That being said, it was hard running only because we're never used to asking for things. We like to give. So when you run for politics, all of a sudden you have to ask. You have to ask for people to help, to campaign. You have to ask for money. That was probably the hardest thing. And it was really hard for me because I know more people. So, and the good news is I was here for 36 years, so I could send out some texts and, you know, we could raise money. But that was hard. As for attacking, I don't, neither of us care what people say. We know who we are. And if you like us, great. And if you don't, I'd like to know the reason because we really don't give anybody a reason not to like us.
And honestly, I'm not just saying it. I don't. What do you attack Lauren Maxwell and Daniel Kowal about?
Jealousy.
I mean, Jealousy. I know, but I'm just saying, like a legit,
So the only thing that happened, like a few days before, Penny Taylor put something out with an attack ad because of a friend of ours got into some trouble. So she was trying to correlate Dan with this guy who got in trouble. However, there was a million videos of her with the same person.
Right.
So we happened to have done an attack ad back, not in a mean way. I think it was a classy way, but we had to spend an extra money on a commercial. I was not too happy about 3 days before, but and then the morning of, one of his opponent's campaign managers went on my social media page and called me these terrible names with swearing and basically, and whatever I was a hooker, I was a Republican whore. I don't know this person.
I didn't know about that whole.
That's where the buck stops for me.
Yeah, because I remember Pat and Dan asked. Yeah.
So I woke up that morning and all of a sudden I look at my messages. I'm like, oh, and now that hurt. I won't lie. Now that I care if you hate me, but now you're on my social media page calling me a name. Of course, it was deleted. I got an attorney. We did a cease and desist. she was campaigning for somebody else that, Danny went to and said, if you keep her on your campaign, I won't back you.
Mhm.
But that was weird for me. I'm not going to lie.
Do you know who he's talking about?
I wouldn't
Larry?
even know who this person is if I walked into them. That's why it was so strange for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but and then it was over, and he's done a great job, and he loves it, and I'm there to support when I have to. And other than that, I run my own life. He runs his, and I'm there as a wife when he needs me to. But he's his own man.
Where do you see Dan Colwell in 4 to 6 years? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Well, that you'd have to ask the one
No,
and only.
where do you see him?
Tell him in your arms.
In my arms.
That's it. That's how you answer that.
Dan will see. Now, I think he wants to go where he can do the most good and where he's needed.
Mm-hmm.
He does not do this for notoriety.
Sure.
If you notice him up on the bench when he's up there, he doesn't speak to hear himself speak. He speaks when he has something to say, and he keeps it short and to the point. And he'll go where he's needed and where he can do the most change and the most good.
Mm-hmm.
And if he feels that he can't do any change or good anywhere, he won't run for anything. It'll be real simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he even when we have men night out, he don't speak that much.
What's that?
Even when we have men night, when we out, the boys, he don't really speak that much.
He ain't speaking a whole lot since the
Talk about
Steelers.
football. I was gonna say he
he's
talks
been
some football.
Lauren just told me she came home on Sunday. He's cranky pants because when Steelers lose and they lost bad to
They
the
lost to the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
got beat bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually came to bed early last night. I'm like, what are you doing in bed? He goes, I don't want to watch football tonight. That's very rare. I mean, Sundays and
When
Monday
your team
night.
loses, it ruins the rest of the football calendar.
Man, you having a tough year then, huh, Pat?
I am.
Wow.
And
You're having a good year. I'm happy for you.
To piggyback on what you said, I know how you can read stuff online and you can get in your feelings for a moment.
I was having a party up in here.
Oh, what happened? Come on in, Blake. We got Blake in. So,
Christmas party? I didn't get the memo.
yeah.
What's up, Blake?
Live audience.
Hey, it's live, Blake.
Come on.
We live.
Oh, hey, what's up, y'all?
How are you?
Yeah, don't mind us, Blake.
So I remember it was like 2014 or something like that, 15, 16, whatever. And if you know, everybody know me, so they know my relationship with Erica. Erica's like a real sister to me. Like we've been down like 4 flats.
Talking about Erica Donalds.
And for a gentleman, for a man to be so disrespectful and call on social media all out her name, bees and this and this and this. You can call me whatever. You can call me whatever. I'm okay with that. But when you start attacking like family, so I just told a guy, tell me where you at. I'll be your bitch. I swear to God on it. I say, tell me where you at. I will be your bitch. And then we'll see how this is finna play out.
Yeah.
But see, that's a problem with a lot of cowards, especially a lot of these men who sit down and pee. Because that's how I said, they sit down and pee. And, oh no, he go to the cops. He went to the cop. I say, how did you go to the cop, but you were attacking a woman?
Yeah.
Help me understand, please. Because all the energy you're going to give her, I'm going to redirect that same energy to you.
That's right.
However, look where that person is now. Karma's a bee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Karma is a
Right?
bee.
Hey, Pat, we're
So
pretty
undefeated.
big dudes, but you don't want Larry Love getting out of the car. You know what I mean?
My
I'll tell you.
bodyguard.
Yeah. I got you, Lauren. I got you.
Let me tell you, the guy's got the biggest. Larry is definitely misconstrued sometimes, man.
All the time.
He and I have gone head to head. Like we don't always agree on stuff,
Speaking of which,
but you see his heart, and his heart is awesome. And we didn't just start getting along from day one. Like Larry is like Dan Cowell. Larry is very careful who he lets in the circle. I came in with Byron and the team Donalds without Larry kind of giving the stamp of approval. And I'm just speaking for myself, not
you
Larry.
didn't get the pass right away.
But I would be at events and Larry's like, okay, what's up, man? It's cool. But we never got tight. And I felt like we've grown a lot over his last year. And it means a lot to him because I always have his back. But you have to prove that to people. And I'm like him, though. I'm the nicest guy in the world. I think, Joe, if someone were to attack your wife, your kids, look at Lauren Maxwell. When that happened to Lauren Maxwell, it's almost like God has that happen because it hurts your feelings and you were very upset. And you don't get upset easily. You really don't. That hurts your feelings and you were upset. But look at all the people that rallied to your side. Larry can, I guarantee you, tell you the same thing. That's when you see who your real friends are. When you're down and out and you've been kicked down a little bit and people are getting on you, that's when it's easy for people to jump on the bandwagon. And Larry can definitely attest to this. And I'm just telling you right now, it's so funny going back to politics, how quickly people can change from jumping in your face and putting their fingers in your face and spitting in your face, not on purpose, but spitting while they're talking.
Yeah.
And I've said on this show before, I sat there and watched. To me, the sign of a true leader is somebody that can handle themselves under fire. And I've seen Dan Kowal just keep his cool and not get rattled. I've seen Byron Donalds take fire to his face, people spitting in his face, putting their fingers. I'm standing right next to him, calling him a rhino, calling me a rhino, calling him worse names. And Larry can definitely attest to this, and they've done the same thing to Larry. It is so hard to be a big giant like that. And Larry's a gentle giant. But when you push that too far, you attack Erica Donalds, his family, you attack somebody like Lauren Maxwell, you will see Larry Love turn into Larry Legend. And Larry Legend, I think, might be undefeated.
And you mentioned, because I asked you, Pat, if you had political aspirations bigger than being fire commissioner, and you kind of said you wouldn't want to put your family through, running for something.
Look, I don't hide nothing. I mean, I got probably, I think I counted, at last count, I had 1,784 skeletons in my closet. So I know where all the bodies are buried, and that's all good. But why do I want to run for something and then have all people dig into all that stuff because they're scared I'm going to win?
Right.
I love supporting great people. I have a very good gut on people. I just feel like God's blessed me with my gut. And that's why when I met Dan the first time and when he asked me, the only reason why I didn't support Dan running for Congress, him and Lauren called me because they're dear friends. Byron had already asked me and I gave him my word, but I love hearing that story. And I've heard it before that Byron and Larry and their whole team of all the other candidates, they love Dan Kowal and gave him so much respect. And Dan, of course, since then, that friendship was formed. Dan Kowal ain't done. Lauren's not going to say anything, but I definitely see something bigger, as I do for Byron. I see something bigger for Dan Kowal, whether it be sheriff one day, whether it be a congressman one day. Dan Kowal, we need leaders like that, and I'm not going to let him walk away. I want Dan to be a good leader for us.
I have to share one thing. What did the Kowal team beat the Donalds team in while we were running?
Fred Flintstone, man.
The what?
Fred Flintstone.
Bowling. There was a bowling competition.
Oh, wow.
They're all candidates for there. We
Kowal
had
can
teams,
bowl.
and the Kowal team won.
Cole have his own
we
ball,
had the best
his own ball and
team.
shoes.
He's got the whole. Does Dan Kowal bring his own bowling ball
Listen,
to the?
that's Fred Flintstone, man.
Athlete. He's just an athlete. But no, it was really fun. But that's when I got to meet Larry for the first time and Byron for the first time and Adele. And Adele and I are still friends today. So I've met some great people through that, even though he wasn't even close. He didn't know what he was doing then, but it was great experience. I met some phenomenal people that I'm still friends with today.
That's awesome.
But we
Our
won.
lane was right beside each other. And so we just joking and carrying on, just getting to know each other. And man, we constantly like, damn, man, this man need to be in the PBA.
Yeah. Dan Kowal's nickname is Big Earn McCracken, dude, from Kingpin. Big Earn.
Kingpin, yeah.
Bill Earl.
Nice.
Bill Earl. Good guy.
He's cold.
Bill,
He's cold.
he's good. Good.
Let's get back to real estate. What was the best year for you in real estate? I guess the most challenging year would be COVID or 08, but talk about that.
The best year, I mean, we go up and down, right? Years are great, but I think across the board,
Or your favorite year, maybe.
this coming year coming up.
Mm.
Because I feel like it's going to be a great time. Pat would agree. Great time. I got some good listings. So does he. So does he. He's got some good listings. But every year, in real estate's good. It's always a challenge. I've been very consistent through the years. I feel like I've sold, over 100 properties a year for 15, 18 years for a very long time, right? Some go up and down, but every year you kind of pick up new things. You learn new marketing tactics. You try new things. When the market drops, you're doing a lot of marketing. So are you. The market drops a little bit, you still got to do your marketing, right? So people think real estate's easy, right? You're saving money in the good times and you're going to spend it in marketing and staff and people and everything. Because you can't just stop. You can't just stop when the market's not the greatest. You got to keep going. If you stop, somebody else will pass you and say, hey, man, Pat, get out of the way, buddy. I'm coming through.
I'm great at 3 things. I'm great at making money. I'm great at 5 things, actually. I'm great at making money.
I'm going to be here all day now.
I'm great at saving. I'm great at making money. I'm great at spending money. I'm great at giving away money to people in need. I'm also great at doing the Cabbage Patch. That's my 4 big bugaboos.
You're not great at picking school board choices, though.
He have to do that on air.
That's good.
We
Right?
want to
don't
see you
even
do the
know what
Cabbage
that
Patch.
Next question.
That was a great delivery, Pat, by the way.
I'm going to share with you because mine's a little different. In 2021, during COVID, it was by far the mortgage industry's best year. I normally close between 400 and 600 loans a year. I personally closed over 1,000 loans that year. I mean, I didn't really sleep.
Yeah.
But so for the mortgage people, with everybody being here, it was an amazing, amazing year. In 37 years, I don't see myself ever being able to do 1,000 personal loans a year. But I think this year is going to be great. And I only see great things.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you that clients are now coming out of the woodwork. And these were wealthy clients. I work mostly with first-time home buyers, but I have, a handful or so of wealthy clients. And I've probably had 50 calls since election night that my clients were getting back in the market. They were waiting, they were watching, and now they don't want to use the money. They like the stock market. They want to borrow as much as they can, and they want to buy more property.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm seeing for you real estate agents, because they're all going to need an agent.
Pat, in great times, I know I'm speaking for us, me and you. In times in real estate when things are really busy, right? Like after COVID, everybody had their license. I mean, obviously we sold a little bit more that year, but so many people got their own real estate license and they started selling real estate that you lost so many deals because they would say, well, why use Pat? Pat, I'll just use my neighbor across the street because all he's got to do is put a sign in my yard and it'll be sold, right? Market's different now.
It is.
There's
That's
a million
why,
agents.
And Pat had asked earlier what our best year and favorite time was. To me, it was going back to the short sales foreclosure years of 08, 09 when the market just crashed, because that's when you had to hustle.
That's
I gained the most market share at that time. I was a relatively newer-ish agent. And I tripled my business because you had to go to short sales and foreclosures and pour bleach in the pool to get the green out and pick out the weeds and no power. And you had to just get your hands dirty.
That's right.
And I love getting my hands dirty. And I'm telling you, I have to give a shout out to Lauren because we're sitting at a table and you and I are talking about, and Joe, $1.8 billion in real estate. 1.9 is unfreaking believable. I think my team and I are getting close to $1 billion, but we're not. That's double that. Of course, you've been doing it for 47 years.
Yeah, Patrick just started 2 years ago.
But the tiny petite baby gap Empress Queen next to me, to my right, who's been one of my dear friends. For a female friend, she is truly probably my closest, and my wife knows this too, my closest female friend. And I would take a bullet for her, for Dan, for their family, and they know that. But not just in that COVID year that she killed it and did over 1,000 loans. That didn't count her team. That's just her.
Insane.
I saw the numbers. And by the way, we flew private a lot that year too. That was pretty cool. Flying private is pretty cool. Just get that on the record. But
they left me out.
She was, I think, every year in the country. I want to believe that you were number 5 or number 7 in the country for women finance people. Like Joe's good. And I'm not trying to knock Joe. Joe ain't no top 7 male realtors in the country. Sorry, no disrespect. Bill Earls ain't top 7 realtors in the country. To be the top 7 female mortgage lenders in the country is a big freaking deal. And she don't talk about it a lot, but she does really big numbers. I know a lot of times she gets on podcasts and shows and has to be around a lot of realtors. And she's so good at spreading the wealth and giving it around because she's so genuine. And she truly does love lots and lots of realtors. That's why they bring her business and she gets the job done. But none of us do what she does.
That's massive.
And that's massive.
Let's keep talking about Lauren. See if we can get her to blush. I mean, this is kind of good. Let's all talk about Lauren.
I need to learn the business. That's all I want to learn. I told Pat to teach me the real estate game.
We got live audience. Beth, what's your title company called again? You all do business with Lauren. What's your title company? First Source Title. Yeah. Stacy Mack and
Stacy Mack. Yeah,
what's the other lady?
Luann.
I love Luann. She's awesome.
Hey, if Larry Love got into real estate, Pat, me and you would have to get into a different business.
It's just there goes the mic. Thanks, Pat.
Yeah,
I can tell you what I think they should do for real estate because I see this and you guys, I see it probably more than you do because I get deals where you're right. The person's cousin, their neighbor, their firefighter next door. This is real. Their police officer, their teacher, their nurse. Everybody has their license. I can tell you, I know lots of people who take their mortgage license and 80% fail the first 2 times. Nobody fails the real estate test. Why? So they may, and it's also more expensive to get your mortgage license. I really believe that there should be somebody, and I mean, I love all of you realtors, whether you do one loan a year and you give it to me or you do thousands, but I mean, it has to be harder. It's just not fair to the people who do this as a full-time job. And that's what I see. And it's frustrating because now I have realtors really over here in Collier and Lee County. They're coming in from Tampa. They're coming in from Miami. And they think that, you know, we're slow over here. Like the way that they talk to some of the attorneys and title companies through these emails, I'm like, I sit back and watch, and it's just not cool. So I don't know who your politician is who needs to like make your voice heard. It's the lobbyist for the realtors.
Yeah, they lobbyists.
But between that terrible settlement that is just silly, that what happened there, it makes it harder, and it's crazy. But I mean, they have to make the test harder. They have to make the dues a little more because everybody should not be able to be a real estate agent.
I agree with you on that.
Well, who do you know? You guys, you know people up there, and
It's
you need
their
to have a
lobbyists.
lobbyist. So
It's- y'all have to-
they're not doing
you
a
have to get on
very
your
good
lobbyists.
job of supporting you as real estate agents. I mean, that's just
'Cause-
point blank.
Sorry to take the microphone away. So I'm gonna jump in here because I'm passionate about this. I was very involved at NABOR, Naples Area Board of Realtors, and I still love a lot of the people that are basically decide our stuff. They're not doing a great job. Nationally, locally, we're not doing a great job. And I can tell you right now, I said it way back, and they almost threw me out of NABOR. Make the fee, the annual dues to be a realtor, $5,000 a year. We'd go from 9,000 realtors in Collier County, 14,000 realtors in Southwest Florida, down to about 1,000 agents, which that 1,000 agents between two counties does the majority of the business, and Lauren knows who those realtors are. I don't care what price point it is. We know who the productive realtors are. There's about 200 of us, Joe Pavich at the top of that list, the Bill Earls, Pat Dearborn's a little further down, but I'm in that list. We do the majority of the business, and we're blessed. But man, make the fees $5,000. Get rid of all these part-time housewives and bartenders and happy ending massage therapists and happy ending massage therapists.
You missed that part, Blake. Yeah, Pat was.
But I
talking
knew
about
it
his
was
favorite
getting
massage.
too crazy when I went to the massage parlor. My massage parlor, masseuse was also had a real estate license.
Meet Ritter.
Yeah. So, and I just said, girl, just walk on my back and just next question.
Next question. What's a community you see if you could get a listing, you're like, man, I love that community. I could sell that in a heartbeat. It's got a lot of amenities. What comes to mind?
Yeah, there's so many of them. You know, obviously some of the bigger developments, you know, out there. I mean,
Like
depends on, like last time we talked about golf, not golf, home, single family, condo, fees. You know, there's so many factors, right? But, geez,
like
you know,
you see I can get a listing in this community, like boom, that's a home run. I'm gonna sell that. Easy sell, great community. Could be
I would
golf.
say probably Shadowwood at the Brooks right now would be a good one. There's not a lot of inventory, and
Near
they
the
didn't get water
airport.
damage. There's no surge came in. It's kind of like a little spot right on 41 there. It's got golf. It's got 3 golf courses. Yeah, I mean, I would
Okay.
say there because there's just everybody from some of the west of 41 communities are kind of going in there to get away from,
And for people who can't afford that, then I'm gonna still give a shout out because I think it's a great community and it's affordable
Shameless
still
plug,
because I
shameless
need
plug.
to take care of my people. Is Ave Maria.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it has so many amenities. I know you don't want to
Yeah.
drive out there, Pat, but they have some great homes, great amenities. It's affordable. HOAs are very inexpensive, and when you have when you have children,
Great point.
it's a great area. If you haven't
Why don't you
visited
like
yet,
driving out there, Pat?
Because that's in Markley.
Yeah,
Pat
I
don't
was
like it in
gonna
Markley.
say you don't want to go.
Embarrassed.
Anything
No,
to do
don't
with
even
Pat,
say
let
that.
me hear
No,
it.
I'm just
Stop.
joking. I'm just joking.
Stop.
Pat got love for
We're
it.
Let me tell
joking.
y'all something right now. I'm gonna go back to
Raise that mic a little bit.
I will
Pat.
go. I know this. Listen, man, y'all got like the Target, Walmart, Super Target microphones. I am gonna
Shout out
bring
to
y'all a
Trey.
check. I'm gonna get y'all a check. Cause seriously, man, we gotta start stepping our game
You
up around
broke it.
here. Lauren,
It
thank
was
you.
working properly earlier.
Little petite hands, man. Look like Larry Love hands right there. So 2 things. One, I'm not scared. I'll drive wherever I gotta go to make sure I get my clients the best deal, best value. I've sold out in Ave Maria. I'm not scared of it. Getting back to your question. The one property I would love to sell in the one area I want to sell
Yeah.
is Mar-a-Lago. It's only $18 million. So that'd be a hell of a deal.
Collier County.
Collier County, I would say
What's a community that Pat Dearborn just loves?
it's real easy.
Yep.
Real easy. Anywhere Lauren Maxwell lives. So right now,
This
they
guy can't get this
Port
guy to
Royal?
answer any
right
kind of
no,
question.
No, Lauren Maxwell not in Port Royal, not yet. But I mean, Gray Oaks would be
Gray
great.
Oaks?
There's some great
Yeah.
great homes.
What
in,
about
in
the
Gray
vineyards?
Oaks. Vineyards is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Riverstone?
Riverstone, Stone Creek.
Talus Park.
I just love Lauren getting a little shameless plug there for her Ave Maria thing. She's all business, dude. I love that. Baby Gap is all business. I love that. 24/7.
Just FYI, Blake, earlier in the day today, and how the day started, Patrick Dearborn is a group text, and he said he knows more about hip hop than Joe Pavich. I said, let's put some money up. Pat declined, and I've tried to, circle back to it, but Pat's just not having it.
You guys don't understand. Larry and I listen to Journey together. That's who we
Yeah.
like.
Nice.
That's fine.
Faithfully.
And Larry's
Yeah.
big into
What do you can name?
R&B.
You can name 2 Journey songs.
Now, what do you want to bet? What do you
can
want to
name
bet?
more than 3 Journey songs.
What do you want to bet?
I'll bet
Wow.
you. I'll bet you $100 you can't name more than
Whoa.
3 Journey songs, and I want the exact names.
Damn, all right.
What if I can sing them?
I don't care. You said what I wanted to bet.
Give me the beat.
Next
so I can-
question.
Give me the beat. Give me the beat so I can sing. Don't just give me the instrumental so
These
I can
guys
sing.
just
'em.
throw around stuff. Okay, let's go.
Journey? I was at a Journey concert.
I don't care where you were at. You just said you could
See,
name
this
more
is
than
what-
3
Hold on.
songs.
Time out. Yes, Larry's been at the Journey concert.
Wait a
He
minute.
wa-
Wait a
He
minute.
wasn't there for the
That's
music.
a lie.
He wasn't there for the music. He's
You
there
weren't
'cause
at
a
a
lot of
Journey
women. A lot of
concert.
women at Journey concerts.
You weren't at a Journey concert because
Do you
Steve
have-
Perry's not in
Are
the
you
band
getting
anymore.
any questions?
What's that?
Do you get questions on your phone while we're doing this?
I haven't checked them.
We should ask
Hey.
a question. I have 2 tickets to give away for the Tom
you
Petty
gotta
cover
stop it.
band and Toby Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 VIP tickets front row for the January 3rd concert to give away. If you ask a question, the first person who gets it.
I'll take those tickets, Lauren. You don't have to.
That was a good
I'll
little
clap like,
10-second
oh.
teaser.
That wasn't
That could
quite
be a
my
great
question,
spot.
but
What if
well,
I
I have
answer,
a
what
question
if I
for you,
answer the
you can answer.
question? You did that
I'll
last
give
time,
you
and I
2
was spot
tickets,
on.
Pat. You got him, but get us somebody on here. Let's give them away. Come on, let's have a fun giveaway. Then we'll have
Yeah.
Larry sing Journey.
And unbutton the top button of your golf shirt, man. You
Man, he
make me
don't know
feel
how to
uncomfortable.
dress.
I
You
can't
make me
get-
feel uncomfortable,
I can't
man.
get on the live.
Come on.
This guy.
Go on
he's dressed up
Facebook
tipsy.
Live, Pat. Go on Facebook Live.
How am I doing it? This is your podcast
Here we go
show,
on.
man. Step your
You
game
ask
up.
the question. You don't
Well,
have to
I
be
gotta-
live. and they can-
What's so you're gonna
I
ask?
like us.
You're gonna ask a question, and whoever answers it correct, you're giving out the tickets.
I thought you were going to ask a question. Ask a trivia music question.
Oh, you want me to ask a trivia?
Oh, he knows
But
50
hang on,
Cent.
But,
Oh, he knows.
but hey, let's lighten the mood here. Patrick Jira, Lauren, and I will get you 2 tickets to VIP between the 2 of us because we're the 2 main sponsors. Lauren is the sponsor. I'm the presenting sponsor for Legends Concert Series. Go to legendsconcertseries.com. They actually have a thing called the Golden Ticket, which you can give us a Christmas gift and it gets you tickets to the next 5 concerts. The first Friday every month, January through May. Mike Randall, love you out there, buddy.
I saw
Come
you doing
support.
that commercial.
Come
That came out
support
nice.
and let's honor our true legends, our first responders. I'm going to get you 2 VIP tickets, Pat. You're done. January 3rd, you're there. Tom Petty, Toby Keith. And no, it's not the real Tom Petty and Toby Keith. Next question.
No,
Hey, Pat, it's okay to unbutton your shirt, man.
You don't see Tom Petty touring too much anymore.
You're making me hot.
Yeah.
That was a
Joe
little dark.
Pavich
no
wore.
one caught that.
Hey, Joe Pavich wore his 4-year-old Christmas red medium-sized Christmas sweater today, man. He's ready to go.
Any
Where we
questions?
at?
You lost. I like how no one's
Yeah.
taking these bets. They want to talk that talk, but what times to
Well,
put
Pat
up?
gave you a little teaser. He played it.
The thing with songs, right? He know I won't be actually knowing the name. I just
No, the words.
But
I just
that's
get
not what
home
you
when I hear
said.
the
You said
song.
you
I
wanted
don't
to
know the
bet.
name.
Because even like
either.
even with the hip hop and all that stuff, man, none of that stuff.
Anyone
I
can name 3 Journey songs,
I
right?
can't.
Even Joe Pavich
And
can
I
name
love
3.
the Journey, and I can't.
Well, you're too busy.
Doing loans.
But when you
Yeah,
ask,
doing loans
but,
and-
but when you ask me real stuff that matters, I actually know that.
I don't know about
hit
that.
it.
but
Hit that real quick. I'm just kidding.
Yes, play the instrumental.
But he be
and we
trying
can
to edit
sing.
me when I be singing. He be trying to, you know.
D, did I not get that file
Lauren can sing.
without Larry singing? I didn't edit anything out.
Keep it going. I was going to drop the new words in.
Let's go into.
Just a small time boy.
Nice. I see now. Does that count? Does that count?
He doesn't know the name of the song.
See, that's what I told
Keep
him.
it going. Keep it going.
He's got the
I got
words
the
right.
next verse.
It doesn't matter if you don't know the.
I got the next verse. You ready? Justin a Mockley boy. Born and raised in South Detroit.
They sound pretty good, don't they? Look at these
He took the midnight train going to Tallahassee.
Hold on, people are
That's
trying
pretty
to
good.
ask questions. I can't.
All right,
see
while
them.
you guys
I don't know
That's pretty good.
I don't know the name of the song, but I just know the
Listen.
songs, the lyrics.
While you guys are listening to music, I'm still going to give my little speech because
Give your speech.
I
I'm
still
I'm trying
want
to get to
people
these
to know
questions
because I know
people
they
said they're
don't
posting
know.
questions and I can't see
What
them.
don't we know?
We don't know what we don't know.
If any of you have been misplaced, whether you rented an apartment or owned a home because of any of the past 2 hurricanes, there is a program out there for you. It is an FHA loan, and you only need a 600 credit score. It's a 0 money down payment
I'm out.
loan.
I'm out.
Seller or builder pays all closing costs. Now, this is real. If FEMA has been at your house and you have your insurance papers, you can still buy for 1 year from the last hurricane. And I bet Joe didn't know this. I should have had my trivia question with Joe. I bet you and your team did not know that you could buy a home within your FHA limits to live in if your house was ruined or even a rental was ruined by the last 2 hurricanes with 0 money down,
That's good.
600 credit score, and seller or builder can pay all closing costs, which means for $1,000 to cover your basically your escrow money, you can buy a home. And people don't know that. I don't see it being advertised. I do it whenever I can at my lunch and learns, at my breakfast, on my social media. And I just want people to spread the word for people who are living on other people's couches or in hotels who are paying these astronomical rental prices because they can't go back to their home. They are still waiting on insurance checks, whatever it is. Spread the word because this is real. And I mean, if you need to take advantage of it, there will
It's a
be
great
never
program.
a time that you can do 0 money down on a 600 credit score. Okay. So that's my speech. I just wanted to get it out there.
I've been
Now-
spreading that. I have been
Good.
telling people about that.
Next question.
Next
Sing,
question.
now you can sing.
You want to go into some rapid fire?
Go.
This is I apologize, Lauren. This is a lot of hip hop stuff. But
We
you
can
can
sit out on this, Lauren. I don't
Yeah.
know this trash shit.
Yeah, Larry.
I
We're out.
going into this, I thought that Pat knew more about hip hop than he did, but clearly he's already backed down from the battle. So we'll start it off.
Just unbutton your shirt, man. Come on. It's getting.
He did.
That's my 3rd time asking.
I did unbutton it. You want me to unbutton the
You
whole
did.
thing?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Get that man hair. Get that lush man hair flowing, man. Let's go.
All right, you guys ready? Remember, you answered both. You're a Democrat. Don't play that next question thing on me on this one either.
So I'll do what I want. It's America, home of the free land of the brave. Last time I checked. Next question.
Sorry. O-Dog or Doughboy?
Oh, dog.
Ooh.
So cool.
Doughboy.
I agree. I get dough, but don't call me Doughboy. NWA or Public Enemy?
I'll take this one first. You ready?
I'm ready.
NWA all day. Who got a movie
I
made
agree
about
with
him?
that.
Next
I agree with
question.
that.
Run DMC or Beastie Boys?
Go on, Run DMC. Beastie was good though. You know, I remember getting the cassette when I was a kid, the Beastie Boys cassette. You know, Licensed to Ill, and every song was good. They were good.
Joe, don't lie. You were 20 when you got that
Run
cassette.
DMC. I was young. 7th grade. 7th grade.
You got me on that one, man. You're good. This podcast is good. The rapid fire, and you stumped me because I love them both. I love them both. "Raising Hell" by Run DMC, one of my favorite songs of all
Ooh,
time.
okay.
But BC, that album, pound for pound, arguably one of the top 3 or 4 albums of all time. Plus one of the coolest album covers. The plane getting all scratched up and scrunched up in a plane crash on that thing. Because of Brass
That was a
Monkey,
great- that was a
which is
great
my theme
album
song
cover.
for my life.
Brass Monkey.
Because of the theme song of my life back in the 90s, I'm going to go Beastie. I'm going to go Beastie.
And Rick Rubin, one of
Pat,
the most
do you know anything
underrated
about Beastie
producers.
Boys?
Do I know anything about
Do you
them?
know anything about Beastie Boys?
Well, where I was going with that.
I
Rick
know,
Ru-
just yes or no.
Rick Rubin.
Just
if you
yes
let
or no.
me- I'm not
You're a
a big
Democrat.
Beastie Boys guy.
You're a Democrat.
Well,
I just asked you a simple question, yes or no. You couldn't answer. You're a Democrat, man. You don't know anything about Beastie Boys.
I don't? Okay.
I
just
like
asked you.
his Red State golf shirt though with Trump on it.
Yeah, shout out to Red State Golf and Go. I think we actually forgot to shout out Goated as one of our sponsors. That's my bet.
Paul
my bet.
Revere. Paul Revere.
What do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Good jams.
Mobb Deep or Gangstar?
You're asking me. I thought you would know the answer on that.
I know
one.
the answer to you. I
Yeah.
just want to see what Pat says.
Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep.
Okay. One of the most underrated hip hop groups of all time.
Yeah.
Lauren,
Yes.
great, infamous album.
Lauren's a big Mobb Deep
amazing.
Super
fan,
not
actually,
interested.
I
Just
know.
Move on.
All right, how about this?
When Lauren was pulling up, she had
let's
Mobb
throw
Deep
some-
in the car.
Yeah, Sea Salt or Tommy Bahamas.
Tommy Bahamas. I love
I'm
the
with you.
people who own sea salt, but we don't.
Yeah.
We're not fish eaters.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you.
Speaking of which, well, you can go ahead if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say sea salt, man. Great owners, great food.
So you can skip this one if you're not a fish eater, but USS Nemo or Bay House.
Bay House.
Bay House.
You guys are crazy.
USS Nemo all
USS Nemo is
day
the
long.
best seafood in
Dude,
Naples,
the sea
Florida.
bass
I've never
is
been
there.
Best sea
there.
bass in
That's
Naples,
good.
Florida.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
Kick his
Don't eat
Nice.
fish. Bay House has the oysters and the lobster, and it has a better.
Wait a
view.
minute.
I want to sit
You-
on a street if I'm going
You
out
said
for
you
dinner.
don't eat fish, and you just said you eat
That's
oyster.
shellfish.
Listen.
What comes after shell?
Doesn't matter. You're talking about sea bass. That's a piece of fish.
Listen,
I'm a little confused
I
here.
love Lauren Maxwell, but I didn't see she should not be even allowed to be in this conversation because the girl's favorite restaurant in America is Jack in the Box.
That is
Jack
true.
Head so big they call me Jack in the Box.
Wow, you get
That is
Larry
very
excited
true.
there.
I love Jack in the Box.
Lauren Maxwell.
Oh my
I'm,
goodness.
I'm with you, Pat. USS Nemo, best
Oh,
seafood.
I used to eat
That's
that all the
good.
time in
That's good.
Texas.
But at least this trivia at least is up my alley.
Yeah, it's not true, but one or the other. Pedicure or manicure? This goes for all three.
Pedicure.
I know you
Hey,
get both
Just
done.
if anybody wants to know, I do my own nails. They're
Really?
glue on. I have not sat in a manicure chair in 24 years. Takes too much time. I can't work with my feet. I can work with my fingers.
Didn't you tell me Dan help you with your nails?
He does my hair.
Oh, he does your
My
hair.
and he helps me get dressed.
I'm
I
pretty
want,
sure he
I
helped
want,
you
I
get
want to hear
dressed.
Larry Love's comment on that
Listen.
one. Pedicure, manicure.
I got to tell you, y'all
They
know,
need to use a
listen,
buzzsaw when they do a pedicure for Larry.
First of
Love.
all,
I
my
saw that
hands-
one time you went
You
live.
cut your
doing-
nails, Larry. I'm so proud
Yeah,
of you.
you know,
Normally
listen,
he needs a manicure.
Larry
I
goes
know.
live
It's
when he
good.
gets a pedicure.
I usually, because my hands is made for touching money and touching women. That's what I was told. You know, that's what I was told.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, Larry, but
But
I
listen,
seen your feet. You could chase squirrels up telephone poles with them toes, man. Come on, dude.
hey,
Next question.
hey, listen, the best manicure ever.
You went live when you were getting a pedicure, and she was struggling, boy.
Listen,
I just hear.
you
That's
cannot
good.
have a manicure or a pedicure if it's not Russian style. Russian style manicure and pedicure is the best ever.
Okay,
It's a
take it
dry
easy. Take it
manicure.
easy. We know we know about you and the Russians.
You're
Take it
buying
easy.
Oh,
Sports
man, this
Russian.
is-
Take it
dog.
easy. Take it easy,
Man,
Russian
ain't no
collusion.
Russian inclusion going on, man. Hey, listen,
Larry's been known to drink a white Russian or two.
listen, man. I'm just trying to tell you.
A cocktail. What are we talking about here? I don't know what.
I don't know what's going
I
on.
don't know what's
Whatever
going
y'all
on
talking
either.
about, man.
It's a drink.
I heard they're real tasty.
Do they go down smooth? I don't drink, so I don't know.
I don't know what you guys talking about, but anyway,
That doesn't happen often, Pat. Larry
a
Love is
Russian
speechless right now.
manicure and pedicure is the best ever. I had my first one in Palm Beach.
You lost us at Russian. That's where you went wrong.
I know Czechs and Russians, y'all really have that thing against each other.
I don't.
But, you know, I understand.
I'm actually Russian Polish. So thank you.
See, I got love for Russians.
You have love for all nationalities. You're
Man,
a man of the people.
Listen, I am.
Yeah.
That's why I went to civil rights law, man. I don't discriminate. Never have. Never will.
Facts.
Facts.
Cold plunge or ice bath? This is.
I'm not an athlete. no more.
You know what? Talk to me about these cold. Where's Blake? Where the heck did Blake go?
Listen,
what's with these cold plunges?
Now you get don't.
Now
if
got-
I
got
say
my-
the word ultimate human, Lauren's going to get all. We're not going to go down that path. But if I had the wherewithal, the ice bath is just hardcore, but the cold plunge every
What's-
day, all day.
What's the difference?
That's how you make 56 look this good.
Oh, man. Come on. Stop.
Ne-
cold plunges.
Pat, you got
Do
to say
do-
it.
Do you
Next
do
question.
cold plunges too?
Next
no,
question.
No, but I would. I would do an ice bath.
With
yeah,
Pat?
Yeah, either
With,
one. Either
together? With
Together,
Pat?
yeah.
One. No, I would just do either one.
Man, you know, that sounds kind
I asked him this cold plunge or ice bath. Would you got Blake on this freaking? It's like a cult thing now. Everyone's doing these cold plunges. Why are you looking at me like that for?
Blake
It's
Becker looking good, man. Blake Becker
cold
looking lean and
plunge.
mean.
It's not the same thing. Pat, is that the same thing?
I mean, it's similar properties, but no. I mean, one's a little more hardcore than the other.
Correct. So that's different. I think the ice bath is a little more intense. I believe the ice bath would be more intense. All right.
Next.
Thanks for messing that up, Blake. I appreciate it. You could leave the room now. Georgia mountain or North Carolina mountains?
What about Colorado?
I'm on Georgia
Well,
Lake, so I'm not a mountain girl. I'm a lake girl.
Or Georgia or North Carolina?
Well, for me, it's Georgia.
Pat?
Georgia on my mind.
North Carolina.
Georgia.
Naples Grand or La Playa?
For what?
Everything.
Ritz Carlton.
Oh, I know. If I put the Ritz Carlton on there,
Hey,
that
matter of fact, I
can't
need to
put
get back to the Ritz.
Ritz Carlton is the creme de la creme. So
Listen, as big as Joe Pavich is, 2 people at this table are Ritz Carlton spa members, and one of them ain't Joe Pavich.
Oh.
Next question.
That is true.
Well, first of all,
La Playa,
Naples
right?
Grand is
Naples Grand.
beautiful for events, and if you're going to stay there, okay.
Mhm.
La Playa is on the beach. It's not, I don't like having to wait in line. You have to have a long line every time you pull
Lord
in.
Maxwell doesn't do lines.
I just don't love it.
No.
So, but listen, you can't go wrong with anything. But Naples Grand is beautiful for events when you walk in. If I was going to stay at the hotel, I would stay there.
It's pretty nice.
Ritz Carlton. Sorry,
La Playa.
I apologize, Lauren. I mean,
La
That's
Playa.
okay.
Ritz
I'll
Carlton
forgive
on
you,
there, you
Pat.
know.
I'll forgive you.
All right,
Pat,
yo,
you know what La Playa mean?
I'm about to find out.
In Spanish. It's a Spanish word. You know what La Playa mean?
Go ahead.
Tell us.
Beach.
Actually, and guess what? Larry's been to the Ritz
So proud of
Carlton
you, Larry.
with us as a guest a couple of times. So
Oh,
he
yeah,
hangs
yeah.
out there.
Yeah, but let's delve into that when that happened, because Larry, like, for some reason thought it was a nude beach, and Larry started like stripping down, and it got really weird and awkward out there, and they had to call security. And Larry was like in a leopard print, like little thong thing, and it was, I'm not gonna lie to you, shit was moving around and shrunk up, and it got really awkward. I'm not gonna lie. So Larry ain't been back to the Ritz since.
This can't be true.
Allah don't care who tell it, as long as it get told.
Gulf Shore or Marco Island real estate?
I don't think any of us here sell in Marco Island
Oh,
very
Gulf Shore.
often, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Learn something new
Speak
every
for
day.
us, Laura.
I sell everywhere, including Ave Maria.
Speak for yeah, Lauren.
Including Ave Maria, but
No, I was on the
I
side,
would
was
go
with
Gulf
it.
Shore.
I've never seen you guys in a Marco Island magazine, so that's
No.
why. I've seen you in
Oh.
all
Gulf
the
Shore.
other ones.
I hate magazines and publicity. Next question.
Podcast or radio?
Well, for me, it's podcast because I'm sitting here with you
Podcast.
guys.
Thank you,
Come
Laura.
on.
Podcast.
Thank you, yeah.
See you later.
What was that last question again?
Podcast or radio?
Podcast or
Can
radio?
I chime in?
Yeah, of course. You've been awfully quiet in this.
I'm gonna go radio because too many of y'all clowns got podcast shows. Next question.
I'm negotiating a deal here, just so you know.
You're good. Business never
Real
sleeps.
estate deal.
I gotta. You know what? Can I ask you one quick question?
Absolutely.
Radio, right? I pick podcasts, but who sang the song Radio?
Hello.
LL.
Rap song. That was one. There was another one. Too.
NWA.
There was another one. Well, close.
I mean,
Radio.
Easy E.
That's right. I'm on the radio.
Radio.
Who sang the song Radio? Or was it Radio Killed the TV Killed the Radio Star? Yeah.
Radio killed the
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah, that was good. That's
it.
it. That's
Wow.
up there.
Radio killed the video store.
A little raspy there. Congressman Donalds or Governor DeSantis? I know you can skip this one.
I'll go first. The next governor of Florida, Byron Donalds.
You know what I just did there? I just gave you a layup.
They're both amazing.
Pick one.
So politically correct.
one.
Nope.
Fuck that.
You're a Democrat, Lauren. and
I'm
Dan
with
did-
Pat. I rock with what I know.
I love Byron for he's doing a phenomenal job now. I love our governor who's doing a phenomenal job now, and hopefully Byron will be in that position. But I don't want to choose between the
Boom.
two.
That's how you do it. Shampoo or conditioner?
Shampoo. Got to start with that.
You're talking to me?
You can't go right to. You can't go right
That
to.
was
The
more
conditioner.
too.
The girl to my right hasn't washed her hair in 27 years. She goes and gets a blowout 3 times a week, so she couldn't answer that question.
She goes to Eric Carter's salon.
Whatever Pat's answer is, though, everybody should do what he does because his hair is.
What do you all use?
beautiful.
Per Plus? Head and
You
shoulders?
guys, I don't think Pat uses Head and Shoulders.
No, I do a combo conditioner and shampoo all in one.
Talk about
Whatever
that.
Lisa buys, right?
See,
Yeah,
No, really?
I use fruits and berries for my hair. I use fruits and berries.
coming to America. Ain't nothing but open perm. Hey, by the way, what was the name of that glow? Soul Glow.
Soul
Gotta
Glow.
let your soul glow.
LL Cool
What was
J
the
or-
name of the band that played on stage in Coming to America?
Man, that's
And
sexy chocolate.
That's
Sexy
right.
Chocolate.
That's right.
That boy good.
That boy, damn.
Sexual chocolate, not sexy.
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual
Yeah.
chocolate.
Google that.
Favorite member of Wu-Tang Clan?
Method Man.
Agree.
Just because he's been in all the movies I like how Get High or whatever.
Yeah.
Higher education. It's called
Higher
Method-
learning.
Method Man, just for that reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I love when Shaq sang with him though.
All right, Blake's got to come in. You save some energy for Blake's new podcast. Shout out to Built by Becker. He keeps changing it. I think it's Built by Becker. Now he changed the name of it.
And how about the worst? How
LL
about
Cool
the-
J or Big Daddy Kane?
Radio.
I'd go LL all day.
LL.
They used
LL
to
Cool.
battle.
Mm-hmm. That's why I asked.
I got a new name for Larry Love.
Shoot.
LL Cool L.
No, it's actually they gave me this name down on the water in Palm Beach. I had we was doing something on the water, Trump parade. So it's 3 L's. It's called it Living Like Larry. Like it was cool. Some young ladies came over with that. Like we on
I
the
like
yacht.
that.
Like man,
We got to close it. We got
Living
to
like
last
Larry.
one. Patrick Jira or Blake Becker?
So you were Blake?
Yeah. Want to see how you answer this one, Pat.
I go Patrick Jira only because he's got a cool first name.
I'll take it.
Pat Becker and Blake Jira.
I love it.
I like that. I agree with that. But I got my boy right here, though. I mean, I love this guy.
Appreciate it.
I love this.
I've known Blake longer, so I couldn't pick one or
Yeah.
the other.
There you go. And then I don't know if do you got anything, Larry?
Love you, Blake.
what? No, I don't have
Thanks for coming today. Thanks for showing up a half hour late. Appreciate it.
Listen, it's not about when I showed up. It's just the fact that I showed up.
No, before you go, in all seriousness, the people in this room, extremely, to get you guys to come in. I know you guys are extremely busy. You got a lot going on for us to be able to get you in the same room at a certain time. And just very grateful and blessed to have you guys in our lives. You guys are really great people. It means a lot to me, and you guys making time today. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Pat.
Love you guys.
I'm glad
Hey,
to be here,
congrats
guys.
on your
Thank
1
you.
year. You
Yeah.
and Larry Love 1 year in on this thing, man. The politics show is
Yeah.
the politicking show is phenomenal. I love it. Congrats to all you guys on your podcast shows, but
Yeah.
Pat
Thank you.
and Larry, congratulations.
And you know what you mean to me. I love it.
Really, it
Hey.
is great. If anybody's listening and they have any families in need, please reach out to Pat so he can let me know. I have some gifts that I have extra that I haven't given away to other places. And if you know a family who has children and they're in need, please let us know by the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Hey, one more thing.
Thank you for all you
One
do.
more
Lauren,
thing to
and
my
you
boy
as
over
well,
here.
Pat.
You know, me and this guy are in the same field and
Uh-huh.
we're good friends.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You don't have to, because you do the same thing, don't mean you can't get along. I love this guy.
It's
you know
amazing.
What I mean?
It's really. It
People
just shows
should
that.
do that more.
Yeah.
right?
No.
Get together.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah, I don't like Joe Pavich, but I appreciate those kind of words, man. Now listen, there's enough business for us all to get along and all to be able to thrive. And when you root for the other people, it just comes back on you. Like Lauren said a long time ago, earlier in the show, karma is a BITCH.
Karma's undefeated.
Yeah.
But man, I
that's
love
right.
Joe. Congrats on 1.9 billion. I'll be there one day. And congrats to Lauren
more years
Maxwell.
and you're there.
Congrats to Lauren Maxwell making her 1.9 billion this year.
Yeah. Any predictions for 2025, Larry Love?
I just want everybody to be happy and prosperous. That's it. No predictions.
Okay.
Just want to
We'll
see
close
it.
on that note.
All right.
Thank
Peace
you again,
out.
guys. Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I didn't realize what time it is.
It was fun.